Live. We are live. I don't know how long we're going to be on. We just decided to go live tonight because YOLO. We decided to live tonight. We decided tonight. Is that the stupid Santa thing from SpongeBob? That's funny.
Yeah. It just, the way you said it reminded me of that song. So I was like,
I thought the exact same thing.
Where's that one sync? Hello, Ultimate.
Welcome to Drawer
Anime. How do you do the Australian accent? Because your dad's in Australia. Soon.
He's not in Australia.
He's going to be.
He's gonna be. I don't know, mate.
Mate?
Where's the snaz when you need him?
I know.
We are live. We're gonna do hang out
and dwelling. Hello, Magnify, Veggie, Drawer Arnamar.
Drawernamar. Arnarn. Live, yes. Hello,
Yeah.
How were your days? Is that a threat?
How were your days?
They're good.
I was yapping with Snaz earlier.
You better have enjoyed your days.
Fox should learn a Australian accent.
Hello, Ships, Ultimate, Mina, Coco, H, Dahlia.
Hello.
You
You know what I was thinking, Colton? I was thinking of drawing a scene of Miki and Tira, the Kingdom version, and Miki's like leading her into the party, and what's your face like? Can't even see her cute face. Oh yeah. Okay, we should just, I'm gonna challenge myself to have these on during the whole stream.
Put on your 3D glasses if you're watching in 3D.
That's funny. Okay. Ooh, I want to draw like Princess Miki,
I'm
but
done
like
with these, dude.
Oh,
I
you
ain't
already
wearing
done?
these.
Okay, I'm gonna wear them for a little bit.
Do it,
'cause,
dude.
Engagement. Hello again. Hold up. Agent Christina and Colton, also very nice shades. Haha, yeah. Hey, Master Magic. Came from announcement on Discord. Awesome.
Noise. Welcome from Discord land. So to catch you up to speed, Christina and I have been working on a collaborative project.
Yes.
First we made this the other week. It is a Miko and Abby medieval alternate universe. Mm-hmm. And then last stream, I decided that it was going to actually be, they were going to be under attack. So I added this.
Oh, no.
Because there's civil unrest and stuff, I guess. And then they've got to go to the inn. And then we started another shot, which is this one, which Christina worked on more.
Yes, I did.
So let's take a look at that. And so there's Abby and Miko. And it's another shot, and now I guess Christina's starting a new shot before we finish this shot. But that's what we just do.
Yeah.
We start a bunch of shots.
I know, and then we never finish them. Well, I'm kidding. I'm only using my cell phone to draw. I draw with my finger. You know, someone needs to get one of those small tablets for the phone and test it and see how well it works. I think someone does have that whole system and stuff going.
Did you get your shake done?
Yes, I did.
Look at all that. We finished everything.
So bright.
It is bright, isn't it?
Miko and Addie looking great. I love this. I love the spelling. Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Very nice
Airships
of
have
you.
bombs? No, that's Tira's Kingdom's airships.
Yeah. Well, that's actually not that's a funny connection. Like thinking that the airship caused the bomb and caused the explosion.
But anyways, this isn't technically just an illustration hangout stream. We are going to be doing lessons and teaching and stuff.
Yes.
What
I should keep this on a separate layer. Yes, I do have it on a separate layer. Looking very nice so far. Thank you.
There we go. I was working on a video edit.
Yes.
What is going on?
How's everyone's weekend doing? Oh, this is a cute.
Yeah, we had class today. It was fun. How was class, Dahlia?
Hope you enjoyed it. Drew legs and arms today.
Yeah.
So that was fun. So now I'm all warmed up with arms and legs.
Legs and arms is...
Kimi says, I show undying loyalty to Tira Kingdom.
Good.
I'm always getting stuck at colors because they never look fully right. So many work in progresses. Real. Went to an anime con today. Oh, that's fun.
Real. Who did? Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, colors difficult. We cover color quite often. If you're new.
What do you want to know about color?
Yeah, what do you want to know about color?
Tira Kingdom, yeah, for sure. Canvas size 5,000 by 6,000 pixels
6,000.
generally, but this isn't.
Well, this isn't fully.
It should be.
Yeah.
You want to expand it?
You mean this whole like image? Yeah, I need to do that. Copy.
You've been starving since yesterday because I can't eat without your stream. That's
oh my
crazy.
Gosh, what? That's crazy. I love that.
That's
Thank
funny.
You. But
That's
don't
really
starve though
funny.
because of us, because we're not on stream.
I do not support
Starvation.
Of self-infliction.
Yeah, so this is actually was supposed to be on 11 by no, not 11. 5,000 by 6,000.
Yes. Are you
So it's
deleting your
better.
demos and stuff from there?
Yeah, I might as well work on a new canvas and keep it fresh. Oops.
Bum bum bum. Bum 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 ba-dum.
There we go. That's good enough.
Uh,
What are y'all's favorite colors? I really like blue. Blue is just one of those favorite colors for
I
me.
like a lot of colors. I don't really have a favorite.
Really? Yeah, that's true. You don't. You do like a lot of nice purples. You like any color really, as long as it looks good with something else. Choosing the right colors is very confusing, even though I keep the saturation and hue, etc. in mind.
Do you keep the lighting information and color temperature of whether your shadows are warm or cool, how intense the light is, how much atmospheric perspective is between you and what you're looking at? We talked about this a little bit yesterday on stream when we added McDonald's. Come on.
McDonald's.
When we added McDonald's to this. And I explained how I chose the colors to find these colors right here. But we could also do it with whatever color we want. You know, it could be a green wall.
A green.
And we could go, well, the light is relatively warm and it's coming in, but there's also a lot of atmospheric. So I'm going to go warm, but a little bit desaturated. And so that could be a good light color. That's not right. Light color for my wall. And then I'll go, it's darker, it's in the shadow, and I'll come down a little bit cooler. But it's not a lot darker because there's a good atmospheric between it. There's fog and stuff in the air. Let's just drop my second color. And then we'll kind of just see how we feel about it. There's our green, our light, and our shadow. Seeing how we feel about it, right? We want to make sure it's in perspective. Yeah, I think that's about right. So for if I wanted that wall in the background to be green. So we could come up maybe a little bit more, but probably not too much. Maybe we just go something like that. And then if we wanted a ridge on this wall, we'd have a cast shadow, and that would blend into the core shadow. And then this would come out a little bit. And this would circle around as an ellipse. And get cut. Like that.
Okay.
So I tend to choose shadows based on different factors, right? We could warm this up in the shadow. Why is it going to get warmer? Because we got bounce coming from the ground. So maybe we'll just warm this up a little bit. And we'll have this ridge. And this will kind of go around there. That's how I choose colors. Now it's a Mario pipe. Like, for real. If we want to turn this into a Mario pipe, because I'm doing it on a new layer, right?
Add that claw thingy, flower, whatever that thing is.
What does that even look like? Is it as a
the
green
piranha
stem?
Plant?
Yeah, what are
Yeah,
the piranha
green
plants?
stem. Okay, I'll
Can you
look it
find an image?
Yes.
Okay, we had a piranha plant to the background. What if a drawing has no background? Does the atmosphere light disappear then? You decide. So if a drawing has no background, you decide whether it's going to be like the moon, which has no bounce light and is black in the shadows. Or, okay, so we'll go like this. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to just start by chucking in the shape, right? We've got the red, but again, it's pretty far away. So it's not going to be a super vibrant red. And we'll just draw a sphere in here. You decide. It's your decision. Do you want it to feel like there's no atmosphere? Or do you want it to feel like there is? All right, and now we'll get that white color. And so the white color might be something like, I don't know, like this. All right. And then the mouth, we got like teeth and stuff. So we'll put a couple of teeths in there. There's white. And this, and again, I'm drawing in perspective. This is going to have atmospheric and stuff inside of it. So let's just fill that. Something a little bit darker, maybe. Here's my teeth.
Ooh, sharp teeth.
These are cones. So they're all going to be rendered like cones. This stem is a cylinder. So it's going to be rendered like a cylinder. Right? This is going to be hitting the top here. And then we're probably going to get a shadow here. And then this side is going to be in shadow.
The tube.
Yeah, it's a tube, but it's like twisting around. And so we'll get a core along here, and then it'll flip because it's kind of coming up and around. And so it'll probably look something like that. And then this is a leaf, and it's coming out.
Don't want to forget the top teeth too.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
You know, this leaf is like a partial cylinder. Partial cylinder. We could put a cast shadow over this leaf. We could even show the bottom of the leaf instead. And maybe there's some subsurface coming through.
So that's probably like a much more saturated green
Yeah.
that you use?
I'll get like a more saturated, more vibrant green coming through. But again, remember, we're far away in the distance. So everything is going to be affected by this distance of the atmospheric, which is this case is relatively blue. It doesn't have to be blue. It could be orange if we were on Mars. Okay, so let's go up here. Maybe I'll add like a warm light to this. So here's my warm light hitting that. My warm light hitting this. Shadow underneath. Maybe I'll make it a bit bluish. Because again, we are far away.
And the atmosphere, the color of the atmosphere is reflecting onto the shadows.
Yep.
I genuinely thought you were painting a 3D object. It is a 3D object. It is a 3D object.
Oh, you mean like you thought it was like a 3D modeled object.
Oh.
So if I were to add a piranha plant in the background, right? And this reference she gave me, I'm underneath of it. This is like a side view reference in different lighting. This is what she showed me for a piranha plant reference. And I'm painting it like in different lighting from underneath, from a different angle. And so I'm just using it for like form information. Because I never painted a piranha plant before, so I have no idea what they look like.
How is he doing that?
So we just kind of go like this. And then this is a cone. How do you render cones? If we have a cone floating in the air... Actually, let's do it this way. If we have a cone floating in the air... Zoop, zoop. Here's my cone. And it's floating above me. And here's the bottom of the cone. And it's getting warm bounce from the ground. And here's the side of the cone. And it's in shadow, and it's getting blue bounce light from the sky. And the cone is a smooth object. So if I wanted to add a cone floating in the sky, it would look like this if it was a white cone. And so I'm just going to paint those, and my cones are going to look like this. Like this. And so I'm just painting the lighting between all of them. Let's put a red tongue in there.
Yeah, we are a couple, by the way.
And then let's put some of the deeper, darker parts of the mouth, which is not really getting a lot of bounce light, but it's still far away.
So it won't get too dark.
So it's not going to get too dark or saturated. This can get a little bit of bounce light, maybe. Maybe it's like this. We got to make sure that our ellipses are right. So this is the minor axis. This is the minor axis. If I wanted to put another dot on the bottom, this is my minor axis.
Please make a little Mario on top of this pipe. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
We got more teeth. All right, let's get the teeth out. This is a tooth. This is a... How many teeth does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom, 5 on the top. All right. So I'm going to have to redraw these on the bottom because I didn't add the right number and I didn't put them in the right place. So let's just make this toothless.
Gums.
All right, and let's kind of paint this in a way that makes sense. Let's get the red here and let's get this light coming in. All right, we'll be a little bit smarter about this. Light is coming in. This is in shadow. This is in shadow. This is in light. 23 5. So there's one right here. We'll draw in perspective. I'll make it on a new layer so you can see. 1. Bring it over. Here's the middle. 1.
Calculations.
Little bigger. 2. Right here. 2. Right there. And then we got 5 on the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it looks like there's double teeth on the top, at least in this reference.
Ew.
So there's the middle. Here's 1. Here's there. Like double teeth as in like two right
teeth.
here. You know,
yeah.
There. What the heck?
Should I get another image?
No, there's 5. Maybe it is a middle tooth.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think that is the middle tooth.
Okay, then we have one here. Bring it over here. There's another tooth. Here's another tooth. I don't know why I'm drawing this, dude.
Well, teaching color theory with a pipe initially. You turned it into a Mario pipe, and then I was like, oh, put a piranha plant on it.
Oh, yeah.
And so now we are doing this.
And so that's what I'm doing. And then I can go down here. You doing the drawing, I'm just not showing it when I don't draw it. I'm still thinking in this way.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's just add the silhouette of all of these. There's that. Here's this.
It's like a piranha plant invasion.
Here's this. There's this one. There's this one. There's this one. Let's erase this one. All right, so now we got like the teeth in, right? And now we got to decide what teeth are being hit by light. Well, we already got our light color that we decided on earlier, and it was white. So let's just go this one. We'll make an argument that this one's just getting clipped. This one, let's say the bottom is hit by light on this one. This one, oh yeah.
Ooh.
This one's gonna get hit.
You know what's interesting? Look at the value
this
of
one?
his
oh yeah.
The value of the light is actually not like bright. It's like a 20% gray.
Yeah. Look at my light. It is absolutely not white. This is white.
Oh.
This is what I'm using. 20% gray or so. Again, we got atmospheric. This is gonna get like, I don't know. I don't use white like that. I would use it if it was a light bulb probably, but not in this case. It's not really that bright.
How can you make a shape it makes sense if you don't have line art?
I think in 3D. So, like, I draw a box, but I don't draw it with lines. I draw it with paint, right? So here's my box. Here's the shadowed side of the box. Here's another shadowed side of the box. Like, I'm not drawing it. Like, I'm drawing it in a way, but I'm thinking in terms of like the shapes of the sides, right? Like this, but I'm thinking this shape. I've drawn boxes in primitive form so much that I know what shapes tend to appear when there's light and shadow. And so like you can draw objects. There's all these floating primitives in the air now. Like there's all these objects that you can draw. Like, here's the top of my box. Here's the side. Right? Like that. Or if I wanted it at a different rotation, it could be at a different rotation. So for example, you know, maybe it's facing me a little bit more. And so instead of this, it's going to be that. Like that. And then this is going to go back further. This is going to go back further. So like this one is more rotated than this one, right? And then again, the sides of my box will be like whatever this. There's the front of it. So I'm still thinking in terms of drawing. I'm just not really showing the line work. I'm cutting it and stopping the cut where the line would be. That's kind of how I know how to explain it. So if I have like a cylinder coming out of the bottom of this, I know it's going to have an ellipse on the top like this.
An upward facing one.
And I know it's going to have a bottom facing plane like this. And I'm looking up at it from below. So that's a cylinder. There we go. And then we're going to have a lit side. And then this box is going to be casting a shadow. And it's probably going to look something like this. Ooh. And there's going to be a core. And then the cast shadow. See, I don't like this tangent right here. So I'm just going to cheat it. And I'm going to say the cast shadow is a little bit higher.
Cheated a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we have that. But anyways, the piranha plant, and again, these are a cone. It's going to be softer down here because this is a slower turning form, and it's going to be a little bit harder up here because it's a faster turning form. So it'll kind of look like this. It's harder, a little bit softer. And we'll just kind of imply that with the teeth.
This painterless style is really what I want.
That's
well, you're
awesome.
in luck because Cole teaches the painting class.
We do have a school, and I teach the whole painting class. Everything I know about painting, I teach in there. Mm-hmm. Exactly this kind of stuff. I explain my thought process. I go through all the primitives. Like, I teach how to calculate drop shadows and cast shadows and how to practice them. So, like, this kind of stuff, this is how I can do it without lines, is because I've done this so many times. Like calculations with boxes and like that, I could do from my mind. But this is what's going on, and I teach all of the math behind this. It's like visual math. It's like straight lines and stuff. So like rendering is light hitting three-dimensional objects in three-dimensional space, and it can all be figured out, right? That's how video games work. Like, your 3D programs run these calculations, and you can learn the calculations and then kind of shorthand them in a believable way. Mm-hmm. Like, my drawing here, my painting is not accurate, but it has a believability to it because it's kind of accurate, right? It kind of feels right. And so I teach all that kind of stuff in my painting class. You can find it on our site, but
this is our site.
Yeah. So all of this types of stuff I teach. Like, this is rendered with a basic round brush with a point light, a warm point light. It's like a bedroom, you can see.
Look at the cylinders.
Yeah, here's all my brush strokes in there. And I record these lessons and teach you how to do it. But from the complete basics. I'm talking like from the very first cube that you render and draw all the way to like the really complicated stuff.
Yeah, so this is stuff also like still life. If you want to learn how to paint, still lifes are great exercises, and Colton walks you through exactly what to do. Still lifes also help with color theory. So
still lifes are absolutely goated.
Yeah,
they're such a good assignment.
Mm-hmm. And so these are the backgrounds that you end up doing in that class.
Yeah, I enjoy painting. Like, I really do. It's fun.
Mm-hmm. That was Christina Wu, right? I remember her. Well, hey. Yes, that is me.
Hoo-ha.
So yes, this is for my anime art school. It is currently 20% off with the code SPRING at checkout.
Yes. And this is what Christina's working on. This is actually the next shot in the series of
yes.
what we're doing. So before this had a piranha plant, it was actually this. And I did the broken building last stream, but this is Abby and Miko, our original characters, and this is like a shot that we've been working on a live stream for the last week or two. And then Christina's actually working on the second shot, which is right here.
Character focused stuff. How do you guys know which place light strikes on and its shadows?
It's a combination of, like, light is a 3D thing, right? Light comes in at a direction and an angle. It operates in X, Y, and Z axis. So, like, the sun has a specific place in the sky, and light travels in a straight line, and when an object intersects it, the light gets blocked. And then, here, I'll do a little, like, explanation if you want. So, like, light travels, here's my light, and this has a definitive point in space. Here is a three-dimensional space, right? If I have a cylinder here, and it is sitting, actually, let's just do this. If I have a little stick, and it's sticking out of the ground, right? This light travels in a straight line, and it will hit the stick, and the stick will block the light, and it will create a cast shadow. And this area right here, from this particular light, this is kind of like a simplified version. This red line would be your cast shadow. And if I have another stick, Photoshop's complaining at me. If I have another stick, and it's sticking, it's sticky.
Sticky outy bit.
It's a sticky outy bit. This stick will also create a shadow.
It's perspective.
You know, like this. And this red line right here would be the shadow of this stick. And so if this was a wall and these sticks were actually connected, and this was just like a little wall, this would connect. And this would be the shadow of this wall with a point light.
Now, why is the shadow so crazy?
Because it's a point light, and the shadow is, and the light is close to the wall. Have you ever put your hand around a flashlight? The whole room turns into a shadow. It's because it's a point light. So with sunlight works a little differently. Sunlight is basically, it's so far away that it essentially turns into a straight line. And so I just like to use a triangle for sunlight, like a directional triangle in 3D space, you know? And so this same thing lit with a directional light would be different. It would be like, if you have a three-dimensional space, like, let's say this is my 3D space. I teach this all in my class, by the way.
Yes. And someone asked, do you teach backgrounds in the school?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, do I ever do?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like,
teach interiors, exteriors.
Yeah. Like this kind of stuff.
This kind of stuff. This is the background that he painted.
Yup.
I actually don't have your environment.
You don't have the set of 3?
No, not the set of 3.
Okay.
Well, these are some environments.
I teach these. I teach you how to light the same environment with different moods from different angles. So this same environment was lit peaceful daytime, abandoned nighttime. Not really abandoned, but like nighttime.
Yep. Quiet.
And then
nighttime.
bandit raid. Yep. And I paint it all, and I explain all of it, all my decisions, composition, focal point, where I'm deciding to put detail, all that kind of stuff.
And he also teaches like little simple environments like this.
Yep.
With this exact kind of process. I absolutely think that this little painting right here is genius because it helps you plan. I think many times when people tackle an environment or like a big piece, they have no plan at all, or they have like no little mock-up sketch. And so they're like, I'm just going in blind. But Colton teaches you a process that helps you get there.
Yep. Color theory, all that.
Yep. So once again,
and we talk about it on stream all the time as well.
Yep.
Like, come by. We stream all the time. We've streamed the last, like, 7 days in a row, I think.
You can continue your screen if you want. You guys are so talented. I have no artistic bone in my body, unfortunately. You know,
it's good it can be learned.
Yes, exactly.
Because I didn't either. And then I learned. I practiced a lot and trained and studied and all that kind of stuff.
And someone also asked, how do you get good at drawing?
You practice, but you have to practice kind of like specific things because it's not really intuitive. It's kind of like going to the gym, right? Like you have to go and work out and go to the gym, and you learn technique to working out and exercising, and then you have to go do it a lot. Like there's no way to get better without practicing. But there is good and bad practice as well. Like I know like no practice is bad practice, but like there's definitely practice that gets you better a lot faster. It's like you know, I mean, it's really like going to the gym, honestly.
We say it like this. Even if you failed art class, if you learned how to speak, you can draw.
Yeah, I think art is a visual language. And if you've learned how to speak a language before, I think you can learn how to do art.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people do it.
I mean, in the end, art is just putting lines on a paper. And of course, like, it takes a long time to practice. So it's like, you know, it's funny because my mom, she claims that she's just not good at art at all. And she'd always get, like, horrible grades in her art class. But when I look at her drawing, I'm just like, that's not even that bad at all. You know, turns out, you know, the teachers are pretty strict because she was in a Chinese school and stuff. But, like, I genuinely think that if you can communicate, yeah, you can learn. You know,
I don't think that everybody should. Like,
Yeah.
people express themselves in different ways.
That's
Some
very
people
true.
do music, some people do art and drawing, some people do writing. Like, I'm not necessarily like, I don't think people should force themselves if they don't want to.
right.
But there's a lot of people out there that simply believe they can't, and I just don't see it that way. Like, I've seen too much evidence to point otherwise.
Well, you were in a way that person.
Was I?
Well, like, you said you were horrible at drawing.
Oh yeah, growing up.
Yeah, growing up.
You know, it's a good thing you can learn stuff. But anyways, this is my little, for some reason, my piranha plant demo.
Love to design my own visual novel sometime, working on my art skills. Ooh,
That'd be awesome.
I love visual novel style stuff. It's so cool. What are you drawing? Colton is painting stuff.
I'm painting a piranha plant for
Yeah.
some reason.
Just because you felt like it.
Shadows.
What are some good sources to learn anatomy and other things?
I mean, our channel, we stream for free every single week and teach a lot of it constantly. So, like, I think that I think our channel is a great resource, honestly. But there's a lot of good places out there. You can learn from books. There's a lot of good books out there.
Michael Hampton's Figure Drawing, Design, and Invention is a great book.
It's very broad. Like, I know dozens of books on different stuff. It would be good to have maybe like a little bit more specific. There's my piranha plant off the building. And like, it kind of feels like it fits in the world. Like, it doesn't feel super, I mean, subject wise, it feels out of place, but like visually, color wise, it doesn't really feel that out of place. Like, it's not.
You can draw those fireball meteors coming down.
Like,
That'd be
what do
crazy.
those look like?
The fireballs?
I'm not sure what you mean. Is that in Mario?
I just imagine like the Mario fireballs or something. Let me see.
I don't know. I don't play a lot of Mario, unfortunately.
Looks like this.
Oh, like
I'd
those
say like
red.
they're like raining down in the sky.
That's funny. But
That'd be
anyways.
silly. Neat. I used your streams as a light to get food. Well, hope you got food.
Awesome.
I'm kind of improving. I can see some improvement. That's awesome.
Awesome.
Do you ever make shadows on top of shadows which darken another shadow?
Only if you have multiple light sources. A single light source will not give you like compounded shadows. Multiple light sources will. But yeah, I teach that in my class. This specific example right here has 2 shadows.
Oh yeah.
I teach you how to calculate multiple shadows in my school, or in my class in the school. So you can see shadow 1, shadow 2. But yeah, you basically just do the same thing twice, and then where they overlap is darker.
It's like a multiply layer in a way on top.
It kind of is.
How do you make sure the color fits the color for the piece or the whole environment?
Color fits the. I mean, everything relates together, right? Everything kind of mixes together. You got dust in the air. If there's 2 objects, right? A green and a red object, and they're far away from you, the same dust is between you and those objects, so they're gonna have like the same filter over them. Say there's blue in the air. Well, now there's gonna be blue on the green, and there's going to be blue on the red. And to the green, it's probably gonna like desaturate it and make it cooler, and to the red, it's gonna desaturate it and make it cooler. And so you can kind of make both objects feel like they're in the same world because they're both affected by the same thing. They both have the same light shining on them. The light is coming from the same angle, you know, and like when you do that, when you make them the same, they will feel like they're in the same world.
Well, I'd like to think of it like a nighttime scene that's rainy. You can see a lot of colors are influencing each other and stuff as well.
So when you put them all together in that way, they feel like they're in the same world. Because that's really what's happening in real life, right? There's different colored objects and with texture and material, and if you go far away from it, the same diffused whatever is in the air is affecting both of them in the same way. Like the sun is hitting both of them. Piranha plant, huh?
Yeah, piranha plant.
I've never painted one of those before.
Well, now you have.
And another thing is when you draw from imagination, you don't look at reference the same way.
I think that's a very interesting topic.
Like you understand reference, and like if I had to recreate that piranha plant with different lighting, right? So I have to understand the forms. Can you open your piranha plant?
Yes.
I had to understand the forms and what they are, right? Like what this really is it's Pac-Man. It's a sphere, right? And it's got like a wedge taken out of it, like this. And each of the teeth are cones, like this. And so I constructed the piranha plant out of primitive forms because I had to draw it and light it in a different scenario. So if you look at the piranha plant, here's the screenshot. And if you look at mine, I've constructed it and drawn it in a different angle using primitive forms. So it's kind of like I'm 3D modeling it and then lighting that 3D model. So it's kind of like that. It's not exactly the same, but it reads as a piranha plant. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's the same thing with all these things, right? Like I'm constructing them and then I'm applying the light and the logic of the scene, and that's how I did the whole scene, right? So it's like let's just say I even wanted to add like a little piece that came out right here, right?
Oh.
I would construct it. It's a box. Here's the wall. Here's the shadow that's hitting this. Here's the underside of this box. Here's the back side of this box. This is bright, so maybe I'll tone it down just a little bit. I'll put a roof on it. Zoop. 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 It's a wedge.
Whoa.
A wedge goes on top. This is filled in right here. That's a wedge. This is receiving light. It's hit by the warm light. Zoop. 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 Right?
It's crazy.
Maybe the bricks are integrated in a way. Maybe there's windows. Like, let's just say, I don't know. We got like a window here. A window here. Does this connect down to the ground? We could connect it to the ground.
It's very difficult to do this without an understanding of perspective.
Yeah, like I'm drawing in perspective. I would never be able to do this without like both the ability to draw dimensionally and light things. Right?
How do you guys choose the value of the color without making it muddy?
It's kind of a complicated process.
Yeah.
Like I said, I teach it in my class from scratch, but basically I'm more worried about keeping my lights and my darks separated than anything else. So it's not about what exact color it needs to be or what exact value it needs to be. It's much more about, is my light and my dark surfaces, are they staying separated from each other? Are they staying in their own buckets? And that might not really make any sense if I just say it like that, but that's really what I'm thinking about. I'm going, are my lights staying separated from my dark? So for example, if this light wall was being hit by light, like it wouldn't be this dark, right? If this shadow wouldn't be this light.
Well, that's how
like my painting becomes muddy when I start mixing the darks and the light and mixing the lights and the dark. And you start to lose like the separation of surfaces and light, like lit objects. And so surfaces will change that, materials will change that, lighting direction, shadows will change that, but they won't change for no reason. They won't just like no reason change.
You know what I just realized? I think what happens is they people will see details in the light and they will treat it like darks. Like they will start adding a bunch of detail in the light side, like a bunch of bricks, for example, and that will change the value structure because more density is being added. And then when they see the shadow side, they see a bunch of they see a bunch of bounce light and they're like, oh, I gotta add the bounce light, and then that ends up lightening the whole shadow area and destroys the shape.
Like if I were like, there'd be ambient occlusion back in here, but I wouldn't make it like black.
No,
I wouldn't. That doesn't look right at all, because there's a bunch of atmospheric in the air. Like the value group that I'm using for these distant objects, they're not really getting that dark. Like your brain interprets them as dark, but they're not. Like even the darkest part of the wood down in here is not really that dark. And so if I came in here and I actually added a lighten layer and I chose a value that was lighter and I filled it in, this would still read.
Wow.
Like it still feels fine, right? Even though I lightened all my shadows. And the reason that it still works is because the shapes of the light and the shadow are correct. Your brain doesn't care that much about the value of something as long as the shapes are right and you have like a separation between light and dark. And so how do you get the shapes? When you know how to draw things dimensionally. So if I draw a box in the air floating, this gives me my shapes. Like the dimension of the object gives me the shape. So for example, the bottom of the box is this shape, is this diamond. And the side of the box is this shape, is this diamond. And this diamond and this diamond, they only make sense when they're put together. Right? And this diamond right here. Like if I were to just take these 3 diamonds and just like do this, like you don't know what those are. You're like, maybe they're like flags or something. I don't know.
Or like, I don't know,
but
some kind of thing.
When I put these 3 things together, your brain recognizes what it is. It's like, oh, it's a box. And then when I give you the information on this is a lit side, this is a shadowed side, this is a shadowed side, and these shapes fit snugly, you know, snugly up against each other. Zoop. Come on. And then let's make our lit side a little bit brighter, maybe. Like your brain starts to go, oh, it's a thing, and the shapes are right.
No line work required, honestly, or needed.
Yeah, you don't need a line work. You can use a line work for sure. Mm-hmm. And, you know, if there's more shapes or if there's more things, like, I don't know, another box back here, and it's like it's like rotating upwards. And then we've got, let's get this out of the way. And we've got like another box, and it's like rotated up more. Like that. Starting to look like one of those alien movies. Right? And here's like another box that's rotated up, going away from us. Like this.
Whoa.
Like I've got my shapes. The perspective gives me those shapes. And then if I make them the right value, this is the lit side. This is going to be in shadow up here. Like, look, I have a different shape now. The side of my box is no longer that diamond. It's now a shape that looks like this triangle. And your brain is really, 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 really good at understanding these shapes because it has to use them every day. It has to use them to drive. It has to use them to eat. Like, your brain is so incredibly efficient at understanding what shapes mean because you have to navigate your everyday life. And so what you're really doing when you're painting is you're creating an illusion of those shapes that your brain understands. And in order to create the illusion, you have to know how to draw and paint 3-dimensional light and shadow. And it requires a lot of training, but it can be learned. And I think anybody can be taught how to do it because you're just creating this illusion. Right? And here's this shape, and I will fill that in.
Well, it's so interesting because when you look at this piece, you're like, man, I feel like I could just grab that and like yoink it, you know?
Like, yeah, I know. Yeah, for sure. And it's like your brain interprets it as something that is existing. And
my
so
brain understands, but it cannot execute.
No, that's because it takes practice. Mm-hmm. that's why tutorials and stuff, like, that's why you have to practice. That's why we built our school, is because you have to learn it and do exercises and practice it in order to be able to do it. That's what like homework and stuff is for. You can't do this without practicing, even if you understand it. It's like you can understand something conceptually, but unless it's been practiced and rehearsed, it won't work.
And it's only understandable because if it just looks obvious, like the understanding is so good that you look at it, you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But like when we do it without training, you're like, man, how does this even work, bro? Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah, so like that's how I would draw something like that, floating in the air.
Yep. Someone asked, does hand grip matter for long-term hand health?
I'm not sure. I'll let you know when long term, because I don't really know if my grip is great.
I think having a lighter touch isn't a bad thing.
Yeah, I have a pretty light touch.
I was getting hot. I use this for my architecture. Awesome. Yes. Do you guys also do traditional drawing or just digital?
Yeah, we do traditional.
Yep.
We don't really teach a lot of it, but we do some oil painting. We do watercolor, sketchbook stuff. Yeah, that's how I do it. And then I would go, well, this surface below would probably be influenced by warm. Where'd my color go, dude?
What? The Coolerus. Where'd it go?
Coolerus, where are you?
Oh, no.
Window,
Disappeared.
extensions, Coolerus. There you are. I'll just go and take this worm, but I'm not going to change my value because my box is already looking good.
All you have to do to match the value is just turn it black and white and see if it matches up.
There's my warm underside of the box. And then this one will be probably a little bit warmer, but it's brighter. So I'll just make it blue, but more gray. And then, yeah.
And gray, when mixed with, or when surrounded by blue, looks warm. So you can use gray as like a little shortcut for cool and warm.
Yeah, gray is a neutral, so it'll look cool next to warms and it'll look warm next to cools. So if you want to make a blue warmer, you can just make it more gray.
We have talked about some color during this stream. I don't know if you want to continue talking about color, how to understand color, like color theory. Well, there's a few things to think about. We think of it in terms of hue, saturation, and value. Hue is the specific color, like is this blue, is this red, green, whatever. Saturation is the intensity of the color. And then the, like, is it leaning more towards gray, or is it leaning more towards the really nice vibrant color? And then value is, what's the level of black or white? Like, for instance, if I'm looking at this blue that Colton is painting with the medium tone, I'm like, you know, that looks to me like a pretty cool blue, and it's grayish in tone. It's not very saturated, and the value seems to me like it's maybe 40% gray. So that I will make my guess. And then once I plop the color on there as a test, and then I check my values, I'm like, okay, maybe the value's a bit too dark. So I need to make it higher a little bit. It's kind of hard to explain while just talking about it, but that's what we think about.
Yeah.
In fact, I like to say this, but generally I think about color and I look at the sphere as if it was in black and white. And all I do is I just add, I don't know, a color to it. But it doesn't really matter the color because the shape is what matters and the value is what matters. So if it's readable, it doesn't really matter what color it is.
Yeah, as long as there's some kind of logic to the color, you're pretty safe. Like, as long as there's a logic, like, you know, warm and cool played against each other, or, you know, analogous, or some sort of like a scheme. But it's always going to be a relationship. Like, there's always going to be a cool and warm relationship between things. So, like, you can see the light is here, and then the shadow is cool, and then this bounce light is warm. And that's my relationship between these three things. I've got my warm light, warm-ish light. I've got my cool shadow caused from the blue sky going into the shadows. And then I've got my warm bounce, and I've got like atmospheric in between me and these objects. And so I'm just keeping those things in my mind all the time. And there's things are in the background, you know. And it's the same exact thing with the piranha plant. It's like we've got our primitive forms affected by the environment and light. We've got a piranha plant because it's basically just a sphere with white cones and a green stem. That's a cylinder.
When you carve the walls, is it random or do you have an image in mind? I really like that attachment, that extra building attachment.
To attach to the tower. You mean to the tower?
Yes, not to that one. Yeah, that actually looks really
kind of
cool.
funny.
I like it.
I don't want it. Like,
okay.
I'm not gonna keep it, but no, I don't really have an image in mind. Like, I'll think about certain things, but like, I don't have like an end image in mind. Like, I knew my sketch for this tower was this. Like, this was what I did for my sketch initially. I was like,
it's like a blurry vision of it.
Yeah, it's like a blurry vision, but I thought, okay, this tower is a cylinder, right? Here's my cylinder, and I want a bite taken out of it. That was what I imagined. And then I started painting on it, and it ended up becoming this. And like, all these are just different rotated boxes, right? Like this right here. This is a box. Boop, 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 boop. That's turned out towards us. And this is a box. Boop, 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 boop. That's turned down, you know, and this is another box that's turned towards us.
And we're looking up at it.
And I'm just going, this is bricks. It's bricks. And the bricks are stacked, I don't know, like this. I'm just using like a generic brick stacking pattern like this. I don't know much about architecture. I just like...
You just do something
I'm stacking it
simple.
like that. And then there's one that's turned towards us. And so it's like, well, it's supposed to be here, but now it's here, you know? And there it is. And well, there's supposed to be one right here, but it's missing. And here's my bricks back here. And so I kind of just like go through this process of thinking, and I'm like, well, maybe there's like wooden supports inside the building. I don't know much about castle construction, but I'm like, wood, it seems like wood would be inside. And so I'm just like, I don't know, crap like that maybe. And a roof, like, I don't know how roofs are made that much. Like,
there's got to be some structure.
Some structure, I don't know, just like pretending.
Someone asked, any advice on making backgrounds?
Yeah, a lot of this stuff. Where do you want people to look? Direct their attention there. Like, that's what I think about. Where do I want people to look in this shot? I want people to look at Miko and Abby. I want people to look at this sign, and I want people to look at this tower. And so that creates a triangle.
Holy Trinity.
And then everything else in this shot is pretty much just there to support that. I've got pathways between this sign, and you ride this wall down, you get a little piece of candy. You ride this wall down, and here's Miko.
That's a piece of candy.
Yep. Here's the smoke. You ride the smoke into the shot from above. And I try to give you entryways into the scene. So, like, you can follow into this. Here's our candy. Here's our focal point. One of our focal points. And you can ride the wall down to the characters. You can ride this fence up to the knife and up to the sign again. You kind of stop at this and come around. Here's a piece of candy. Here's some candy. Icicles. Here's a blimp that's pointed that way. An airship. I can ride these walls up to here. And I'm kind of just making sure that, like, all of my pathways between what I want people to look at help you get there. That's, like, what I think about, right? The roof helps you come in. The perspective is assisting us. Ooh, there's someone back here, but nobody probably looked at them because I didn't want them to be a focal point. It's, like, more something you can discover when you're watching the image.
It's like an Easter egg kind of thing.
Yeah, right? Even Abby's sword is kind of pointing along this. Here's like another little thing that we can look at. And this is all rough. We didn't detail this yet.
Piggies.
And like, I have those 3 focal points in mind. 1, 2, 3. And I'm trying to make it easy to move between them. It's not a complicated shot. Like, there's really complicated shots that have a lot of subtle stuff. Like, this is pretty, it's simple. It's just like a 1, 2, 3 read. And I created pathways between them, you know? 1, 2, 3, and you just move between them. This is pretty standard when you're making like concept art or something. it's effective. Like, it's incredibly effective. It's because it's like an abstract concept that can be applied to many different things, so it doesn't look like you're reusing it. Because these could be ducks, right? Like, you could we'd have ducks in a pond, and it would be duck, duck, duck.
Goose.
Yeah.
Do you add atmospheric perspective after getting the base colors, or slap it on right away?
No, I don't. I'm choosing my colors with the atmospherics in mind. So, like, when I drew this, or when I painted this, I just chose these colors straight up. Because I want to, like, you don't have to. You could do it the other way. But, I don't really. I'll just choose them. There's our piranha plant, dude.
Yeah. I love the piranha plant. This is Link and Zelda. We do get that comment quite often with this piece.
Did we?
Yeah. People ask if Abby's Link.
That's funny.
Yeah. That's just because, like, the sword and the blonde hair, you know.
She's cool,
She's
dude.
cool. And there's a princess, you know. It's the knight and the princess vibe.
I like that a lot. I think it's way better than just the normal castle. Dude, Christina repainted Abby the other day. This is what Abby looked like before.
That was also my
This
paint.
was like the sketch, and then this was the
After.
the Abby they tell you not to worry about.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. She's
What
not
a glow
that bad. I know. She has a great glow up. Colton, what do you think about just, like, me sending you this, and then you, like, paint behind it, and then we can refine the characters
Sure, if you
overall
want.
later?
You can do that.
Key. I'll go do that. Just because there's already something in there.
Baby Jack's here.
Baby Jack. Alright, I sent it to you.
He's
It's
just
like
a
Miki
sleepy
recalling-
loaf now. What?
Yeah. It's like Miki recalling the story to her friends versus what Abby actually looked like. That's funny. What are you using? This is Photoshop.
Yeah, I'm in Photoshop. Christina's in Procreate.
Oh, we would not be able to do this in Illustrator.
In Adobe Illustrator, I don't know vector art very well.
That's cute.
There we go. Yeah. Well, there's my sketch. And here's Christina's refinement.
Not
Oh,
bad.
dude, looks good. Where's that line
Oh,
work?
this is Miko.
I have no idea where the line work is. Here it
I
is.
don't know.
All the way down here. Come on. Come on. Doesn't want to go down.
Why don't you create anime?
I would like to.
I would like to.
It's one of our long-term goals.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it's a lot of work to get there, and we're going to have fun along the way. We just have fun doing whatever for now. We'll probably make a one-shot sometime.
Yeah. I think that'd be really cool. My dream is to make a show. Heck yeah.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be so cool. Everything I need.
I don't really know what to put in the background. I wasn't really planning on working on this right now.
Yeah. Really like buildings, the pillar in the back, that stone pillar.
Yeah. Yeah, some stuff. It's really not going to be it's going to be almost exclusively focused on them, you know.
I think my dream would be to work on beautiful indie games. Oh, that's awesome.
That's fun.
Indie games have, like, really a lot of creativity these days. They're really up in their game. No pun intended. I want to improve on drawing so I can animate. That's a great goal.
Nice.
You know, we teach the drawing part, you know, but you've been here for a while.
I'm thinking compositionally, what I was thinking with this piece is here's like important people, important things, and then we're going to have some like dynamic shape kind of at an angle going through the shot. It's kind of what I was thinking when I started this. And then we'll have like dark up top, down here, right? Turning it black and white, it'll probably be
So this is what he's thinking about, even for environments.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like he's thinking about the value structure of the composition.
This composition has to make sense visually from an abstract point, or else it's not worth taking a subject matter to it. Like for me, if this doesn't work, I don't take the shot forward more. Like if this abstract composition of just like a line that is intersected by these two shapes, like one could be a little bit higher, one could be a little bit lower. We could maybe add a medium inside of this one for Abby's face and one right here for Miko's face. If like this doesn't look good from an abstract point of view, I can just take the saturation away from it. Well, maybe not. If that doesn't look good, I don't bother making this because it won't look good even if I make a really pretty face. It's like, you know, kind of like what we were talking about the other day with like this little compositional study.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love the purple sky on that one so much.
Right, like this one is the lights are light and the dark background is dark, so your lit sides of your wall are light. You know, this is light, this is dark, but now this is the dark and this is the light. And so you can kind of inverse it if you want. And then this one, I've really grouped the shadowed side and the lit side into mostly one value, but I've kind of separated them through color because this has a really strong, intense color, and this has a much more warm, muted color to it.
How big is your canvas size usually for these sort of scenes?
I don't know.
Oh boy, I don't know.
What is this canvas size? Image size 7,000 by 4686 pixels.
It just keeps growing depending on the piece.
Yeah.
Any tips and advice on composition?
Where's my paper?
Here it is. This one?
Yes. Study simple armatures. This is some compositions from Edgar Payne's Composition of Outdoor Painting. It's an old book. You can find all these for free online. And composition at its core is abstraction. And so if you can make something really, really easy for someone to understand, a triangle, a plus sign, a dot with lines coming out of it, an L, you know. What is this one? What does that say?
Mountain.
Yeah, another triangle, basically. A diagonal line, a tunnel, a strong silhouette, you know, a patterned design. This thing.
I don't know what that thing is.
It's like a upside down
sign?
scale type thing.
Oh, okay.
Right? 3 dots. This is how landscape painters tend to think about composition.
In fact, you kind of use that archway in one of those pieces, in one of those scenes, the tunnel.
Yeah.
Do you have any ways to practice values? I don't know how to be good at it.
I would do still lifes. I mean, I have a ton of stuff in my painting class in our school. Like, I pretty much teach everything I know in there. But to practice values, I would do more still lifes. Like, keep your lights and darks separated and do still lifes like this. This is a still life that I did. This is a demo that I did for my class, my painting class. And the very first thing we did is just separate light and dark. No ton. You just light and dark. What's light, what's dark, separate them. The next stage is within my lights and within my darks, I go one more step and one more step. I go from 2 buckets to 4 buckets. And then the only difference between the 4 buckets and this one is I've just added like color information, but it's essentially the same. My buckets are still the same. My dark vase in the light is still a dark, right? It's still a dark because I said it was a dark up here. And then in here, it's still a dark. And so like keeping those things separated, I think still lifes are really, really good. Bunch of still lifes in even just pencil sketches.
Yeah.
Trying to get the very rough idea of the lights and the darks. It'll really help. There's classes and stuff on this.
What I like to do is think of it like cell shading. Like cell shading is just another way of separating lights and darks. It's just a very simplified version of it. So like with cell shading, for example, you got, you know, your light, your base color, which generally is your lit side, and your shadow side, and it's just 2 values for like everything, or sometimes 3 depending on the hair, like if it's the shiny hair or something like that. Let me just draw this in really quickly so we have something cute to look at. Only I could draw in like a split second, but can't. You know, there's multiple ways to get better at values. A lot of it is like splitting your attention. So like, let's say I want to shade this character. Where's my light? Let's say my light is here. So when I paint this, for example, let me see here. There we go. And I give it a little environment inside. I will determine, do I want this to be a high contrast or a low contrast piece? And of course, like if you understand how to render primitive forms, it's like way better to see the values and stuff and practice them. So like, okay, I want her hair to be dark. So this is going to be my limiter. I am limiting my hair to be dark. And that's its own value group. Okay. And when I look at my lights, I'm thinking, okay, my darks are not going to be pitch black like this, but rather just a bit light, just a bit lighter. Enough so that I can actually see what's happening. But it's not going in like crazy contrast. Let me go ahead and make this a little bit nicer looking.
I'm gonna grab those heads.
Okay.
Oh yeah. By the way,
if you want to get better at shading heads and stuff, get yourself one of these. These are our head reference models that we made ourselves, which we use even for ourselves with references like this. So like if I want my light, and I would really recommend the still life part, which is like setting up your own light source so you know the direction of your light. So if I want my light to be up here, it's going to create specific shapes. So like this is where my light is. That's why I placed my 3D arrow. And it is up like around here. So now that creates specific shapes. Here's a lit side, here's a shadowed side, here's light again, and shadow. But of course we have hair pieces, so that also affects the they affect the shadow shapes. But I'm also keeping control. Like, oh, I'm not gonna make this too white. If I just color pick this here, it's kind of like a lighter gray, but it's not like a pure white. And I'm not going to make this super dark, or else it is going to get trapped within the darks, and it's just going to feel like a bit too metallic. So I feel like that's one of the things where people will end up coloring something and it looks too metallic, and that's because there's just too much of a wide variety of range in the values. So like I'm not going to make my lights this bright. Too bright. Hair doesn't usually act like this unless it's a specular, like a very reflective hair texture. So I will use a more matte, slightly lighter highlight for the hair. And so that's what I think about personally. And like this feels pretty readable. I have light against dark, dark against light. You know, we got some checkerboarding happening. You know, we can add, if you want a lost edge, which will be really cool. Like you can say, hey, I want this part of the background to be dark, and because I want the hair to be hidden in the shadows. Like that could create a really nice, interesting read. But, you know, I like the whole head kind of separated out. You know, maybe I can add in her outfit, and that could blend in with her hair. You know, that could be another option.
What fundamental you guys learned first?
I don't know about first.
It's kind of like back and forth.
Yeah.
Like you can't light unless you can draw in perspective. Like there's certain things that you can't really do without another one. You can try to light, but lighting something is describing like light and shadow falling across the 3D form. So if you can't draw in 3D, lighting something is kind of never going to work very well.
Yeah.
What else? Like, so I would just say like dimensional drawing for the most part is probably the one you would want to spend the most time on early on, because almost everything builds off of that.
So like if I want to add a lit side to her shirt, I'm not going to go too bright.
the title of the scenery composition book. So that's Composition of Outdoor Painting by Edgar Payne. However, the book is almost entirely text. There are only a few images, and I've basically taken the images and put them onto this sheet. So you can find these on Google, just like Composition of Outdoor Painting, Edgar Payne, composition structures or armatures or whatever. It's almost all text. It's an old book. He's a landscape painter. Ian Roberts, he's an oil painter. He has a YouTube channel, but he has a couple of videos on like armatures and structures, and it's really good.
Ian Roberts, you said? Yeah, he has good stuff.
He's a landscape painter, an oil painter.
Yeah.
But you're really doing the same thing. It's all abstract. It's all abstraction. Subject doesn't matter. Your brain doesn't care about the subject. It just cares, does this make sense visually? Are the shapes clear?
Yep.
And then it kind of secondarily pays attention to the subject matter.
It's cute.
So like, look at Christina's composition. It's gray with dark surrounding light.
Yep.
Like that's really what it is. Christina's composition with this image is super, super simple. Where is my untitled one? This is Christina's composition on an abstract level.
I do very simple character compositions like this because it's just fun.
Yeah. Gray with dark with light.
Yep. That's it.
That's it.
Yep.
That's like
it.
an abstracted version of what Christina just drew in a simplified form. And if that little abstracted version does not like make sense to your brain, nobody will like the image because it's hard to understand. Like visually, it's hard to understand. It's like graphic design. Do you know any textbooks for figure drawing? Michael Hampton's Figure Drawing Design and Invention. Phenomenal book. Phenomenal textbook. I really recommend it. He's a great teacher. I don't know if I have the book sitting right here. I probably have it close by. You never want it far.
Nope.
Good. Longer headphones. Nope. Gunsmith Cats. Oh, this is our manga. Our manga shelf.
Oh yeah, I thought you meant like, oh, this is our manga that we made. Like, no, we didn't make one. What are you talking about? Where the heck why is my headphone like this? Oh yes, this is a great book.
It's a good book.
Really good book. I used it a lot for studying.
Michael Hampton. He has a YouTube channel as well. He teaches a lot on there. It's realistic. He runs live classes as well. I think he has a class on Proco now as well.
Oh, I bet he does.
Yeah, he's a really good YouTube channel. Very very good figure drawing content.
Ooh, another tip for getting better at values is squinting. Squinting's so important because when you open your eyes, you let a lot of light in, right? You let a lot of details in. And so everything becomes very complicated. Another thing about your vision is that when you focus on a specific area, it gets very crisp, and then everything else kind of just like fades away. So your level of detail, the reason why people over detail is because they're like they're looking really closely in one spot, and then they're looking really closely in a different spot, and then that has like different complexities of detail. So like they end up making it too much, over rendered, over detailed. So what you do is instead you squint. So I take a light.
Yes.
Like if I want to practice values with this skull, I'll take my light, and then I'll be like, okay, squint really, really hard. What's your basic shadow shapes, light shapes? And I see 3 values, a very light, a medium light, and then a very dark. And that's going to be like, okay, I'm going to draw my skull with those 3 values. And then I proceed. I proceed. So like, oh yeah, skull. And this is just going to be like really rough. So let me go in and say, let's do a little scene like this.
With skull?
Yeah, a skull. So I'm just going to draw this really quickly. It's just a very simple version of it. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm drawing a little still life of a skull. Here's the ball of my mouth. Here's my jaw. Right in here. My proportions. Here's my eye and my eye. So now I'm like, okay, I got my basic structure. Now, how do I shade this in black and white, and how do I make it like feel like good? How do I make it controlled? Well, as I mentioned before, I had very, very light lights, and I put my little value structure right in here. You can use something called a 5 value structure or a 3 value structure. 5 value structure is just your base. Okay, I'll just write it here. This is a 5 value system. This is great for learning your values. 5 value system. I teach this in our figure drawing class, and I teach this in our clothing drawing class where we render clothes. You generally have 5 steps. And, you know, these are kind of like little buckets, right? You got, in the middle, you got your base tone. This is your average. So when you look at this, what is the average that the majority of this, what's a tone of this? Right? It's like this tone right in here. Like, it's not super bright, it's not super dark, not in here, but it's kind of in the middle. That's my base tone, my base tone. Then I will split this into my lights. This is into my darks. But again, what Colton was talking about with the buckets, right? Here's my darks, my shadows. Here's my lights. Here's my highlights, my brightest lights, and this is my darkest darks. Generally, this is basically about as far as you can go, because you don't really need any more than that. This is like a really good way to organize your values. You start with your base, separate your lights and your darks. Generally, I like to do base, then darks, then lights, then lighter lights, and then darker darks at the end, or whichever, vice versa. So then I'm like, okay, my base color, my base tone. If I'm going to be doing it in 3 values, I may start my base tone with this medium tone right in here. And so like that is going to be like a flat tone. My darker dark, because it's only going to be in 3 values, is going to probably be this. And so I'm like, I'm going to reserve all of my darks in here, in like areas, like in the cavities, like ambient occlusion, for example. So like here, all this, and all this, simplified into this value structure. Squint a little bit. Okay. Well, I don't have my light source, so let me go and do this really quick. Okay, I definitely notice a lot of dark in my jaw. In the cavity of my nose. And so you're just continuing to organize and break things down. And so this is starting to take form of a head. And now my lighter lights. Oh, I see it. If I squint, it's going to be on the top right here. It's going to kind of create a nice pool of shape. Like it's a nice like combined shape on the very top. And so I'm just going to organize it that way. So now this whole piece is just 3 values. Simple 3 values. All right, like all this maybe could be like lit. Of course, I'm kind of going based on memory here. So it's like not the most accurate, but like it kind of gets you there. So
Memory
now when you
what?
look at,
Memory of what?
What?
What are you remembering?
I'm trying to remember my light source.
Oh.
Like these shapes. I'm kind of doing it like in a split second. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I should actually combine this and this, perhaps. Maybe that will look better. And maybe I'll have some in-between values like this. And so now this feels much more organized. Doesn't feel overly detailed. And you already get the point across. And of course, this is just a starting point. So now you're like, okay, let me refine this a little bit more. Let me go in and say, hey, let's darken this even more if I need to. But I'm really just trying to be very careful with adding too much. You know, maybe I'll add a little bit more detail in the nose cavity like this. And at this point, you just refine. You refine and you refine, and you're like, okay, keep this structure, because if you lose it, if you start to lose the structure, you're gonna start getting muddy values, and then when you add color, it's gonna get muddy colors. So if you look at Colton's, for example, he's working in a very, very limited value range.
It is
Like
a pretty
that.
limited value range.
Very
I was
limited
trying to
value
take
range.
peeks at this sculpt.
Yeah. You know, it definitely would probably be more interesting if I made the darks like way lighter. I feel like that could be more extra nuanced, but you know. He's working with a very limited value range. He's not using any like darks at all.
As dark, I get this dark. Like,
Yeah.
and it's actually value grouped with the background too.
Yeah.
I'm really just working with 3 values here. Doing little mini studies like this in a super limited value range, very helpful.
Tips for stiff poses or characters and for them to be less dynamic or alive. Ooh. When it comes to stiff characters, oh my gosh. Look at this.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
Crafty. Oh my gosh. So, Crafty made plushies of our two characters, Miki and Miko. This is Miki.
Where's the front view?
This is the front view. This is Miki. This is Colton's character.
That's so
one
cute.
One of the mascots of our brand.
Is your brightness up?
No, it's not up. Wow, look at this. Look how accurate
Oh, that's so
it is.
cute.
Look at that. It's so good.
The yellow shoes.
Oh my
are
gosh, they even got
perfect.
the yellow shoes and it's like white. Oh my gosh,
That
it's
is
so good.
that is very cute.
And it's like perfectly like the hair color is so perfect.
Yeah, it is.
And then the cat mouth is so cute. And then this is
Oh my gosh, it's Miki and Miko
together. So this is Miko, who we were drawing earlier.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Wow,
so this
that's
is
so
Miki, this is
awesome.
Miko. They're sisters. Miki can talk to
they're so
ghosts.
cute.
Miko can talk to animals. And that's kind of like their little spiel, you know? This is so cool.
I love it.
It's so
I honestly,
good.
I can't believe how good it
Oh
is.
my gosh, it's so detailed. Oh my gosh, look at the glasses.
Yeah, what?
What? How did you do that? Oh my
That is
goodness.
so cool.
That is so cool. Oh my gosh.
perfect.
I didn't even know you could make plushy glasses. Amazing, Crafty.
Bruh.
Amazing.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Let's go.
We'll send the payment soon. I'd buy that. Well, I think
For
they
real.
do commissions.
Yeah, Crafty's in the chat.
He's in the chat.
Commission. That's crazy. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm really starting to think more in like planar. What if we took like
Ooh. Okay. Try looking for the Discord, but I couldn't find it. It's on our profile. Or it's also on our website, drawanime.com. That is also where you can find it.
yes.
Crafty, you did such a good job. It
Yeah,
looks
it looks
phenomenal.
so good. I can't
wait to do
honestly.
all the rest of the characters.
Yeah. Wow, that's gonna be so cool.
Yeah. I feel like drawing in a moe style right now.
Do ya? That'll be fun.
Okay. Stiff characters. Oh, sorry. Stiff characters question. I would do a lot of gesture drawing because that's going to help you to get a design sense for flowy stuff. Find the flow of your torso. That's going to be really important. Is it an S curve? Is it a C curve? How bent is the spine? How far are they stretching? And sometimes it's also great to exaggerate. You can have a reference that may be stiff, but then you're like, man, I really want to twist this torso a little bit more. And then when you add that extra oomph, that starts making characters alive. If you want to make them stiffer, which is totally fine, by the way, you basically just do the opposite. You know, more dynamic equals asymmetry, curved, a lot of curves, a lot of exaggerated movement. But when you are doing like, ooh, that's cool. But when you're doing stiffer characters, you know, generally you want to make them more symmetrical. You want to make them a bit like have a straighter lines. You know, that's completely possible as well if you want to make them like look really strong and sturdy. Like they're not, like they're kind of robotic. That's what I would think about. But it really comes with a lot of experience of doing a bunch of gesture drawing. Try 3-minute gestures. We have a video on our YouTube channel. That's a 30-minute drawing exercise, gesture drawing exercise, and it helps you with finding that main idea of the pose. And then you basically follow that main idea. What people do a lot of time, which, you know, kind of cooks their art, is they will have a really nice flowy gesture and then they would go against it. They would fight with it. And they'd be like, I'm just not going to do it at all. And so what I would do is I would draw a gesture and make it exaggerated, and then I would put forms in that gesture and try to follow the gesture the best that I can, even if it's going to look weird. But you'll see that, you know, even if it may look weird, it's still going to feel a lot more dynamic than if you were to go like only a little bit. You know what I mean? How do I do thumbnail and thumbnail character design, if that exists? I don't really know what you mean by that. Do you mean like how do you just make character sketches? I mean, what I would do for thumbnail sketches is you can start with silhouette, you can start with scribbles, and with you can start with scribbles with like a general mass, and then you could find the shapes within it and design a character that way. What I do for general character sketches is I don't know, draw like really roughly for like 5 minutes, get a general vibe. There's no really like right way to do it. It's just you loosely sketch and you refine as you go. That's what I would do. You guys have any advice for eyes in different angles? We do have a video on that on our YouTube channel, Draw Anime Academy on YouTube. It is called How to Draw Both Eyes at Any Angle. I talk about a process that's just like how to draw eyes symmetrically on both sides with a center line. So for instance, if you want to draw eyes, it's curved plane rather than a straight piece of paper. And so all I have to do is now I put in my eyes in here and I just match it to the other side. My center line is really important for this step.
Did you find the Discord? It is on drawanime.com, linky on our profile.
Or here?
I believe you guys draw so fast. It really just comes with experience and not like not undoing a lot. Like every brush stroke counts. Like if I draw a box, right? If paint, I do a lot of painting of boxes, right? Big brush, background, smaller brush, silhouette of the box, smaller brush, chopping the top, chopping the bottom, chopping that side. One brush, that side, this side, clean up again, you know. So it's like Dropbox, like that.
Dropbox.
Like I use big brushes. I try to find the brush that has the largest amount of space. Right, if I want to add a top to this, maybe something like, I don't know, like that. So like that, go like this.
Ooh.
You know, that's exactly what I do with here. It's how I added that building earlier, like this. And then I would immediately go, where's my... Right, if I want to detail this out, I'm going, where are people going to look? Well, they're going to look at this edge. So maybe I'll add some texture to this edge for you to grab onto. A little bit of visual texture for you to just look at. A little bit here and there in the shadow.
How do you switch brush sizes so fast?
Like that. It's a scrubby brush size changer on Photoshop. I hold Alt and I mapped one of my pen buttons to right click and I just drag left and right like that. So I don't know if other programs have a similar thing, but it's literally just Alt. It's Alt and right click and drag. So like that. Good. It's super, super, super fast.
Super fast.
And I love it. I use it all the time. It's not like it's required, but I use it so much, dude. Like, so much. My life was complete when I discovered it, when they added it.
I understand why most of y'all's audience is on TikTok, because when I'm scrolling while y'all stream, TikTok gives a live every 4 scrolls. That's crazy.
That's good. They've blessed us today.
They have blessed us today.
TikTok has a complicated algorithm that really takes into consideration the average view duration, how many likes people give, the engagement, and all that kind of stuff. They're definitely one of the best platforms at quickly
getting that data
and implementing it. That's why things can go so explosively viral on TikTok, like just so incredibly fast, because they have a really effective algorithm for filtering content quality. YouTube is really, really good at it too, but TikTok is like, it's instant. You'll have a video that will start going viral less than an hour after you post it. If it goes viral, like, you can do that. We've had that.
How to do master studies if you don't know their process or steps they take?
How to do master studies if you don't know? Generally, they work from big to small, but I don't think master studies are so much about following the master's process. I think it's more about understanding their composition or color usage, or one of the things that you can study about it. Like, if I were to, yeah, like, I'd study the value grouping, or I'd study the composition, or I'd study their playing certain color temperatures against each other, or something like that. Yeah, TikTok's been good to us lately. We've been streaming a lot, and I haven't really noticed a difference since the change. If anything, honestly, the views have been higher and more consistent.
What I do for eyes in different angles is I'll draw a curved piece of paper like this, and I will add in my center line. If I'm looking up at the character, my lines will curve upwards like this. If I'm looking downwards at this person, my lines will curve down this way. It's not, it feels obvious, but it isn't, because, like, you got to understand the dimensional part. And then all you have to do is just add a shape on each side. And you'll notice that when I'm drawing this, my eyelids are curving along this perspective, along this shape. And if I want to make sure that both eyes are symmetrical, I just go like this. Draw a little grid. Top, following the perspective. Bottom, monkey see, monkey do, Marco Polo it. Right in here. Right in here.
Was that Mysel?
What? Yes.
Joined when you went live, accidentally fell asleep. Hopefully all the stuff you taught so far has been said straight into my brain. Like that one episode of Jimmy Neutron where someone like fell asleep. No, it was like Dexter's Laboratory. Then he fall asleep listening to French, and then all he could say was "omelette du fromage, omelette du fromage." Now Mysel's gonna go around and be like, value grouping, perspective, color theory. They're gonna be like,
there you go.
value range, limited colors, limited values, master studies. What do you want for dinner? Master studies. Master studies.
So then,
Dexter's Laboratory. Yeah, my brother used to watch that. I watched it too, but he watched it more than I did when I was a kid.
eyes looking down, center line. Nose pokes out. Everything starts to become more foreshortened. Sometimes you'll even see the eyelash come out.
Fancy.
But it's kind of awkward in this angle sometimes, because it's like, it just looks like fisheye. So you might just need to be like, you just might need to finesse it a little bit more. It looks like a bird beak. So I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to do this little dot here. And I'm going to turn this into a face. And when in doubt, get yourself one of these. TikTok shop. Get on a TikTok shop and do this.
Oh, yes.
There's that curved piece of paper right in here.
Oh, yeah, I found out we're actually not going to be able to do international shipping on TikTok shop. We're going to have to get it set up on our own website, which might take a little while. And we're eventually going to be phasing those heads out, the hand-drawn ones, and we're going to be phasing in the new kind.
New and improved.
Which are these ones?
Yep, they still have the grooves. Now, it's kind of hard to see the grooves right now because of our lighting, but it'll be much more visible when you have it.
Oh, yeah. I like the non-intrusive grooves a lot.
Yeah.
It helps you, like, see the light planes really well when it's getting hit by light.
So if you don't want it this curved, all you have to do is just straighten the curve out a little bit.
Whoa. Ah.
Oh,
She's got piles of hair behind her.
Oh, she's done.
Yeah, whatever.
I think she's happy.
She's happy ripping and tearing.
So like, look, once I have straightened my plane and I draw my eyes in it, now it's not so fisheye. Yeah, it's cute, isn't it?
Yes. By the way, we are having our spring sale on Anime Art School.
Yes.
I'm really, really excited because it's super awesome. I love my painting class. I think it's the best painting class I've ever made for sure. And yeah, our school is 20% off right now if you want to learn the fundamentals so you can eventually make your own characters and stories and that kind of stuff and draw them. Our school is on sale.
Yep, and make awesome illustrations like this.
Like this kind of stuff.
Yeah, castles and...
With Abby and Miko. They do actually show up in the school here and there, I think.
Yeah.
Especially in the badges. But yeah, I teach everything I know about painting. Like this kind of stuff.
I know about characters and faces and anatomy and clothing in those classes.
Yep. These were the ones that Christina was showing earlier, by the way.
Yes.
So this is a demo in the school that I did for a final in my painting class. This is another demo I did in my painting class of the nighttime shot. Nighttime version of that first shot. And then this is another demo that I did. We actually light an environment 3 different ways.
We want destruction.
Yes, I love the destruction. Here we go. I teach this kind of stuff too, by the way, in the school. Drawing characters and people from different angles in simple volumes. And then Christina goes through and takes like some of my simple volume people and turns them into characters like this.
Although you did that.
Yeah, I did this one, but you do it in my class.
Yeah.
Really important. Dimensional drawing is one of the most important foundations because like a lot of stuff comes after it. If you can't draw in 3D, you can't light stuff because light is just light rays hitting 3D objects.
Yeah, that's so true.
And like you can't really compose that well. It's such a foundational pillar. Dimensional drawing, design, and observational skills are like those 3 incredibly important pillars that almost everything else goes on. But yeah, anyways, you're teaching your heads and stuff?
Yeah, a little bit, but I'm pretty much done. How to make different faces in anime style. I would say more masculine equals stronger jaw. Everything, most heads kind of start the same way, which is like circle, center line. But it's just the lower jaw is different. So like masculine is like hexagonal on the bottom. Looks like that. Tapers in, chisels downward in an angular fashion, squarish neck.
What do we have in terms of drinks around here, dude?
You got your coffee?
At 9 p.m.?
Yeah. We don't have any non-caffeinated drinks. We have caffeinated drinks. That's all we have. I'm sorry, unless you just want milk.
Open your milk.
Open your milk.
I don't know.
So like here's a manly face. I covered this in our anime art school. Here is
I need to go find myself a drink, bruh.
a more feminine face. An adult female. In fact, for people who currently have anime art school right now, I'm currently updating the first 4 weeks, which is gonna include a lot more depth into these kind of head planes and stuff with different head shapes. So look forward to that. Look forward to the update. It's gonna be soon. Here, more womanly, basically same length, but the only difference is that it's gonna be much more triangular. So like here's another head shape. These are like your generic anime character head shapes, so just keep that in mind. Then you got like your teenage face. Same way. Circle, center line, shorter chin this time, and then much more tapered in chin. So look at, they all start the same, right? Circle, circle, circle. The only difference is the chin difference and the chin shape and the chin length. So like notice how much shorter this chin is and how much bigger the cranium's gotten. That's what I think about. Is it going to be updated automatically? Do I have to press anything? It's going to be uploaded automatically once we upload the videos and publish them. You found Izzy? Okay, that's a good idea. I'm so excited with the new update, honestly. I'm really proud of it, and I think that you guys will enjoy it too. Lot of demo stuff. I know we need to be sponsored by Lonnie at some point. If anybody knows Alani, can you tell them about us? That's what Colton's saying. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I don't know how far these mics... Probably. So then, you know, and when it comes to these faces, you can say, oh yeah, now I'm going to make my eyes. And my eyes are generally most of the time going to be around the center of the face. Now this will depend on the character. When it's a younger character, the eyes will appear lower on the face. Lower half of the face. When it's a more mature character, they will appear in this range. They can be larger or smaller, but they cannot be this big unless you want them to look dorky. And if that's the case, then you can do whatever you want. The more adult the character is, the smaller their eyes get, and the more narrow, limited the range is going to be. So keep that in mind. So like when I add my eyes in here, small eyes, long nose,
we
mouth.
can hear Colton, but it's not easy to understand. Kind of like your messages in the chat. Can anyone in the DC invite me? I'll DM you my DC. Invites are actually turned off. People can't make invites. We have a site that you can get it on.
Yeah.
If you want the actual invite, it is discord.gg/mikibiki. MIKIBIKI. That is the custom invite. However, we do have an invite on our website, which is drawanime.com.
Yeah,
and
it's
it is
on our
a free to
profile.
join Discord server. Yep. Just type that in your browser, you can get there.
Yep.
So good. I have free educated. Nice. Welcome.
Nice.
No
No sideway. Here's one version.
What were you asking about, Crafty Kitty? Oh, nice. Is it going to be updated automatically? Do I have to press anything?
Oh, it's for when I update the first 4 weeks of the heads and faces.
No, it'll automatically go up. And it is good.
It is good.
I'm talking, it's so in-depth. There's so many more examples. It's so much higher quality. Oh my gosh, dude, I'm so excited for that heads and faces update.
I'm so excited too. Like it's
a patch.
Yeah, it's a big patch. I'm planning to update the rest of the class like as I go later on, because I just much later. But you know that'll be. I'll let you know. We'll let you know when we start updating the later weeks.
Do y'all also teach color theory? Oh my gosh, do we ever?
Do we ever?
Do we ever? We teach color theory. We teach backgrounds. We teach all kinds of stuff. We just got done. Or here's some of the ones that I did.
Send that to send that to me.
Okay.
So I can put it in the iPad.
We've been working on this on live stream lately.
How do you prevent yourself from drawing a head too long, as in making sure the chin isn't too low?
I don't know what these are.
Well, that kind of comes. Oh, that is cool. That kind of comes with like a lot of drawing experience and drawing time. What I like to do is sometimes.
I'm so intrigued. I'm glad.
By the way, you can get the school for 20% off right now.
Yes.
Code spring.
Spring sale. Everybody's happy.
Everybody's happy. Spring sale. Yes, we can do hair in a bit. So
that's awesome. IDK.
Too long. It just depends on the vibe. If I draw my head, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna guess that it's about this long. I like to make tick marks so that I can imagine the length of my chin, and I can even do this with like a 3/4 view. The 3/4 view. I'm gonna guess that my chin is gonna be here. So like when I look into the future, then in the very near future, when I draw my cheek, will this feel too long or too short? Once again, it depends on the character that I'm drawing. If it's for a teenager, this size is perfect. And sometimes it does go by vibes, right? Push out the cheek. Here's a jaw, and like that feels good. There's no like 1-to-1 ratio. It's just if it's okay. This is I have a tip here for realistic heads, and you can use this as a benchmark. Your cranium, which is this circle right here, is actually a measurement. It is the end of this is the bottom of your cranium, and is also the bottom of your nose and the bottom of your ear. So like you can use this as a measurement and say, okay, this is my nose, this is my ear, and this will give you a relationship that allows you to think in terms of like, okay, now how far away do I want my nose to be from my chin? Do I want it to be here? Well, then I'll have a very, very long chin, which if that's the case, you want it that way? Sure, by all means do it. Or, you know, we know that with heads, the nose and the brow are about a third and a third and a third. So here's the whole head, eyebrow, nose, bottom of the chin, third, and a third, roughly.
What
But you can decide, make it shorter for a kid.
Dolly, are you still here? We need to do the streak.
There is some sort of measurement for like a realistic head, but like for anime heads, it may just vary because there's just so many different styles. I mean, I've seen characters that is literally just a pure circle. Like Shin-chan, for example, is just this. The bottom of the circle is actually the bottom of the chin, which is like really interesting. And how do they draw the eyes? Like this? I think this is how they draw Shin-chan. And that's actually more like this. That's how they draw it, you know?
Will the old videos stay up? Not permanently.
Not permanently.
They won't, because the new videos teach the exact same thing, just a lot more in-depth and better.
Yeah. Yeah, just more in-depth and better. There's also going to be new videos.
Yeah, there's a lot of new videos. A bunch of new videos are being added.
Yeah.
But no, it's all the same stuff. It's just done at a much higher quality and more depth. And there's more head types. There's more head types. There's more eye types. There's more nose types. A lot of stuff.
Yeah. The assignments I did change the assignment a little bit, but it still like helps you practice those same things.
Yeah, it's the same thing that you're learning in the assignments as well.
Yeah.
But it's not ready to go up yet. It'll be a little while. But no, it's better in every way.
Yeah. I really think it's better in every single way. Like, oh my gosh, like the way how I talk in the videos is like way better. Because you know.
Hello, welcome.
Hey yo. So if you want to learn how to draw hair, understand that it's going around a form. In fact, what you can do is draw a sphere, pick a point, draw petals around it. Boop. Boop.
That's all dimensional drawing.
It's all dimensional drawing. Draw flower petals around the sphere.
I saw someone say that they were too lazy to learn perspective. I get it. I totally get it. At the same time, though, unfortunately, every single object is in perspective. And I'm not talking like, 1 point, 2 point, 3 point. I'm talking like you're drawing form. Everything. Anime, hair, eyes, nose, mouths, faces, backgrounds, trees, plants. Exactly. It is all dimensional. It is all perspective. It's just a lot of the time when beginners or newer artists think perspective, they think vanishing point, 1 point, 2 point, 3 point. But you don't really have to draw everything that way. Like, it is good to learn that. You do want to learn it. But like, even when just drawing an anime face, like, it's perspective. A line that wraps around something is perspective. Yep. It's objects in 3D. Like, perspective is just 3D things put on a 2D surface. So if you are drawing on a 2D surface, unless you're drawing with one of those like 3D pens, then you're not drawing in perspective.
You're drawing in like real life, I guess.
Yeah, but it's like, it's the same thinking process, right? Like, I'm going away from me. Like, when I draw, I literally am like, I feel like I'm doing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like I'm 3D printing.
I feel like I'm drawing like a sphere like this. That's what I do.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude. Like, when I draw, I literally feel like I'm building a cylinder in front of me. Like, a cylinder. Like this.
Yeah.
Like, this is an object.
This is in front of me. I'm like,
it's in front of me.
Yeah.
It's in front of me. And it's, I don't know, it's like weird. Like, this is in front of me. You know? That's not quite right. Like, this is in front of me. This is in front of me. You know, whatever. Maybe this one goes down.
I need to know what drawing tablet you'd recommend. I mean, I don't know. Find one that's budget friendly for you and that it's available to you in terms of like what you have. Like, if you want something that's on the go and it's like a screen, an iPad's great. It's kind of pricey though. iPad with an Apple Pencil is great. Drawing tablets like Wacom or Wacom. Colton is using one right now. It's a Wacom Intuos Pro. If you want like screen, you can do Huion tablets as well as XP pens. I use a Cintiq, which is by Wacom. So it just depends on what your budget is. You can also get like those really tiny mini drawing tablets that are much cheaper.
What was that thing I painted in the sky earlier?
You can probably just Google all those names. Like, That's basically about how you spell it. They know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, that's the wrong file. There it is. The same thing. These floating, spinning box. I like doing these. They're fun.
Yeah. Dimensional drawing. There's like fun perspective exercises and kind of technical exercises. Big Brother says XP pen is pretty good. So yeah, that could be an option. Try one that's like low risk, and then test it out and see how you like it. My first drawing tablet was literally just like some kind of slim. I think it was called Slim tablet, and it was $50. And I used it for years before I moved to a better like drawing tablet. But it worked for what I wanted, what I needed, because I was just doing it for fun at the time and I was just testing things out. I was lucky that the pen was actually has pen pressure, so just make sure of that. The floating box is like Weird Mageddon in Gravity Falls, so that's funny.
I haven't seen it.
It's cool. It's like clock years to me.
Yeah.
That's not that much hair. It's like one big clump. Hello,
We'll
Arya.
make these bigger.
Was it simple to draw sea animal tails? Simple?
They're
They're forms, right? They're like
their cross section is kind of like this,
yeah, fishy.
right? If you construct it, you could kind of think.
This app is not free. Colton is using Procreate. No, not Procreate, sorry. Photoshop. And that's a subscription.
So a cross section of it would be something like that, right? And obviously it really depends on what the animal is, because they have different types of tails. But I would do something like that. It's all 3D, I'm telling you. Everything you want is on the other side of dimensional drawing and design.
Yeah.
That's how I would draw, like how I would think about a sea animal tail, right? Like thinking about this in perspective, like you could draw it from, I don't know, this way. We could go like that. Here's a cross section. Here's 3D.
That's fun. Is it better for me to start sculpting before 2D art?
No. You have to build the skills anyways. Like sculpting is 3D, but building and modeling something in 3D versus drawing in 3D are different skills. So like drawing in 3D requires the ability to intuitively know perspective, and sculpting doesn't teach you drawing in perspective. Like you can't work with clay for a really long time and then all of a sudden you know how to create the illusion of 3D space on a two-dimensional surface. It's like you have to practice. You have to practice the drawing. But funny enough, if you draw a lot and you think in 3D, you can actually pick up sculpting pretty fast.
True.
Like I sculpted these heads. I sculpted this head and I sculpted most of this head, I think. I don't remember. This head here.
Yeah.
In Blender. And I don't really sculpt that much, but I draw them all the time and I understand the form really well.
XP Pen is having a sale.
Ooh. Oh no, not XP Pen. I was going to say Huion. Huion sent us a tablet. Yeah, light. Whoa. Your headphones are...
I gotta get rid of this hair before Toby eats it. That was dangerous.
Let's say there's like a floating fishtail in the sky. I don't really know what a fishtail looks like that much. I know it's kind of like reflective. Ish.
Ooh, yummy. And they have the little bones in the middle, the cartoon bone.
Yeah, I know multiple people who've gone, who
Wait,
learned.
you gotta turn your screen on.
Oh, oops.
People
Sorry,
have been
chat, you
staring
missed
at
it.
that thing.
My bad.
With screen, just depends on you. Screen, without screen or with screen, both work great.
I go back and forth between preferring the one or the other, honestly.
I think, like, honestly, I would try without screen, because in the emergency that you don't, if like a let me think, I would get a screenless one first, get really used to that one, then move to a screen one and have both, so that in case your screen one doesn't work anymore, you know how to use the other one. If that makes sense.
You're not sharing, Colton. Yeah, I wasn't reading chat either. You'd like to learn color theory and perspective? Those are the 2 classes that I teach.
Oh wow, what do you know? And our anime art school, that's currently 20% off with the code SPRING at checkout. Can check it out on our website.
What about perspective?
Color and perspective.
I like teaching perspective in 2 ways. Technical and intuitive. Technical is like this, what most people know of perspective. You set up a horizon line, a vanishing point, you draw lines out, and you make boxes. You do a whole bunch of 1, 2, and 3 point boxes using draw through, where you can see the back sides too. And then also practicing intuitive perspective, which is like just getting good at drawing boxes from imagination without a grid, like this. And you practice like rotating them. So, you know, you come up, you rotate a box and do that, right? You come up, you rotate the box and you do that. And this is like, you know, an intuitive practice technique, right? And so you do technical exercises, and then you also do intuitive exercises. These ones either of them can be in like your sketchbook or whatever. Because when I draw, and when most people who know perspective draw, they start with like the intuitive. Like this entire shot, I didn't set up a perspective grid for really, and none of these boxes I did that I thought about, right? Obviously I can be like, I would fix this if this is like a half of a sphere or something, like a giant loading sign in the air. It's not that accurate like this, but I would say technical and intuitive are really good to learn both. How do I go back? There it goes. There's Christina's screen.
I'm just really loving the moe style these days. Like, I look back at it, I initially thought it was kind of dumb with growing up, but now I'm like, oh my gosh, this is actually super cute. What the heck? It's such a vibe. And distortion, what do you mean by that, Walter? Oh, that's a yummy looking tail.
I don't know.
There we go. I kind of like doing these little micro studies. They're like low effort, not low effort, but they're just low risk. They're almost like doodles. I treat them very much like doodles.
Yeah.
Another great way to practice heads is planarizing them. Like, I just go in with a circle, center line, planarize the jaw, turn it into a box. And then I like chisel out the curves. And this is a great head base to start off with. Should I learn color theory before rendering?
Color theory is more like design. Like,
yeah.
Rendering is more like a physics thing, and color theory is more like design oriented. You could learn them at the same time. They're definitely going to cross over, like an overlap. It doesn't really matter. There's no order that you should learn it that would keep the other one from working necessarily. So you're definitely free to learn either one in either order. It doesn't really matter that much. Like they're both relatively important.
Ooh, you know what would be I think an underrated color theory assignment is learning how to use traditional medium like watercolor. Painting in watercolor with like a traditional set like ultramarine blue, cadmium orange, cadmium yellow, alizarin crimson, that kind of color palette actually helps a lot with color theory because it helps you to understand the warm and cool relationships. So when we did oil painting and a lot of that stuff, it helped me a lot with color theory to decide like, oh, do I want to warm this color up? Do I want to cool this color down?
When rendering shadows, I always end up ruining up making these shadows look muddy. You may be getting too light or dark based on your other factors like ambient light and local value and stuff like that.
Or you may also be using just really soft edges. I've definitely noticed that with some people, they'll just shade with a bunch of soft edges. That may not be you. So I'm just saying it could be an option as well. Like if people use too many soft edges, it just looks muddy.
Yeah, there's definitely a dance between hard and soft edges.
Yeah, that can also help.
I mean, objects that seems bigger depend on how close they are. Yeah, that would be foreshortening. That would be in your technical perspective practice.
Yeah.
All of it is foreshortening. Like that's really what perspective is like the objects are distorted because they're coming towards us or going away from us or we're seeing them at an angle. So yeah, that would be in your practice for like technical perspective, 1 point, 2 point, 3 point. And if you want to go that far, you could go into like fisheye lenses and 5-point perspective and learn about like wide and long lenses and stuff like that. The muddiness generally comes from your lights are getting into your darks and your darks are getting into your lights. So keeping those containers separated are really important.
Containers. Separate your lights from your darks and keep your darks in your darks and your lights in your lights. That's what my teacher used to tell me a lot. Keep your darks in your yeah, Kato. He's like, keep your darks in your darks and your lights in your lights. Don't mix them. Keep them separated.
Yeah. All roads lead to bentos boxes.
That's true. Compartmentalizing it.
Yeah. It's like you get to a point where you realize pretty much all art is just like pre-digesting food for people. You know what I mean? It's like chewing it up for someone. Like you're simplifying an object to make it easier to understand. You're like pre-digesting a concept to make someone's experience easier.
Yeah, it's like you're
you're art directing it.
You're a mama bird, and the baby birds are the viewers.
Yeah. So you're telling people where to look. You're making it very easy for them to look at the space you want them to look at. That's like composition, and in a nutshell, you know, like design in a nutshell is like telling people where to look. And if you do a good job at that, they're gonna like your image usually. I talk about that a lot in my class, though. Rael, is that how you say it? It's like a huge topic in my painting class is separating lights and darks.
Well, I mean, objects that seem bigger depending on how close they are to the camera. Okay, yeah. If the values are bad, the colors won't work, even if they are opposite colors on the color wheel.
Yeah, I mean, if the values are bad, your brain can't see it really well. So value is like how you see things, and color is generally how you feel about it.
Where's the color wheel?
It's down here.
So like, even if you do have opposite sides of the color wheel,
they just mix to gray. Complements mix to gray.
Yeah. So like, this value and this value are different.
Yeah.
If you have like, let me think. Yeah, it doesn't really matter necessarily the color. It's like, how does your brain depict lightness and darkness?
Ooh, I got juice.
It's hard to tell what is lightness and darkness if things are very close in value together, even if they are different colors. Nice.
What are we drinking today, chat?
Like, you can have your lights as orange and your darks as blues, like not just pure orange and blues, although sometimes if you want to go like abstract with it, yeah, you can do that. But like, you know, your darks will be in your blues. And when you mix the two together, it turns into gray. And so like you can use grays as transitionary values as well. I think I may have done a piece in blue and orange before. Not a piece, but like you know, here, for example. This is not orange and blue, but it's a very similar concept. I chose my lights to be pink, this bright pink, and my values to be blue, and this dark blue, and my dark value to be blue, and I kept it that way, and I kept that as my logic. But if I turned it black and white, for example, let me see if... You can still see there's light and dark.
Yep. She's clearly separated her lights and her darks. Her shadows are clearly defined. Her lights are clearly defined. And so whatever color she made them, it doesn't matter as much. It's like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's like pink and blue. But your brain can see the separation between them. Like red and blue.
Low contrast, but you can still see the light and the dark. But the vibrancy of the colors is very different. So like the red feels bright just because it's very it's contrasted with this like really saturated blue, but their values are very close together. That's why they create this vibrancy. Let me see here, another one. You know, this for example. Values still work. Lights and shadows is just lower contrast. Colors may change. I like using really harsh colors for experimentation. Here, for example. Light and dark. Yellowish for my lights. More orangish for my dark. Because it's like a darker skin tone. But, notice that it won't get this bright. Wow, this is like extremely bright. Like my values for like dark skin will not be the same for light skin. And same thing with medium skin. So like, local color and local value also is really important about this. Like separating your values and stuff. Here's like white hair. This still reads as white. This still reads as white because of this, if it's like natural tone and vocal value. Even though it's more of like this color. Interesting, right? So these were just demos from earlier. This is a demo I did. Tira. This is a darker, wait, hold on. I don't have a darker version, do I? This is the darker version that's easier to see on stream because of the exposure.
Oh.
But yeah. Let's see here. Just multiple examples. Oh yeah, this one right here. Turn it off. Very strong light. Everything else is fill, but it, like light and dark. Colors don't matter. Like I can turn the skin green. Like I think like in some ways color and the unity of the colors matters. But what specific color it is doesn't really matter that much. As long as you make the colors feel like they belong together. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I absolutely love those plushies. You know, here was me attempting the red and blue again in a different scenario. I love doing these things. They're so fun. Oh, I think the first one I did was stuff like this. I was teaching about color theory, thinking about things in like in terms of like a base color, and then everything else in the environment affects that relationship. So this is the part where people are like, but how do you know how to choose the shadow colors and the lights and the darks? Like I don't necessarily do that. I just think about this. This is my relationship, not the specific color. I'm thinking, okay, dark against light, and here dark against light, just maybe a different value and maybe a different tint of color. Same thing here, dark against light.
Yeah. This is more understandable than the tutorials from YouTube. Awesome.
Well,
we do have tutorials on YouTube as well.
Yes, we do.
But yeah, we focus on art foundation. We don't tend to draw and teach like this is how I do this or this is how I do that. We focus a lot more on foundational principles. Like you can see this is very stylized, this picture of Christina's.
Yep.
But it's still light and dark shapes that defines the object.
I like this.
Yeah, we focus on foundation, perspective, color theory, you know, a lot of dimensional drawing and perspective, a lot of design thinking, you know, figure drawing, gesture. We teach foundation, so that's one thing that you will always find here.
Gesture, like dimensional drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing you'll always find here is a strong focus on foundational skills.
Yeah. Well, it's because like once you understand the foundation, you can do any style. Like this is how I'm able to do this, and in anime style, and in whatever style that someone needs me to do. Like I've tried drawing Brat style, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's kind of fun. I switch between styles with these different characters. Like this is a very vastly different style than this.
Yeah.
Than this. But it's like all because of foundation. Oh, this is a fun concept, honestly. So cute.
Elizabeth and wait, what if you have Elizabeth and then the other one you have to breathe in when you say it? Elizabeth. That's what it feels like.
Yeah. That is what it feels like.
I mean, that's all anime stuff, but you do realistic, like the one of Ray, the blue one.
Oh yeah,
was realistic.
That's like realistic. Yeah, here it is. That's the one.
Like that's much more along the lines of it. It's a little bit. It's like almost realism.
Like almost realism, but it's like gearing towards realism. It's like 80% realism, 20% like a little bit stylized.
Yeah, but it's all form drawing.
Yeah.
Like once you understand that anime faces and real faces are both three-dimensional objects in perspective, one's just rendered a little bit differently. One's mostly just rendered using more like realistic lighting and accurate like values of planes, and the other one is just cell shaded. You know, I'm holding this in my hand. It is a 3D object. I can touch it.
Ooh, so good looking.
Holding it in my hand. It is a three-dimensional object. Holding it in my hand. It is a three-dimensional object. They both exist. They both exist in the 3D world.
No, I am 2D.
I am 2D.
Says evil
Colton.
But like that's, yeah, it's, and like obviously you have to practice the proportions and you have to do a lot of practice, but fundamentally everything you want to draw is in three-dimensional space, unless it's just a square or a circle or a triangle or something. Like the 2D shapes matter a lot, but the three-dimensional forms, they define the 2D shapes. They tell you what the shapes are supposed to be. That's why you get shapes. When light hits an object, it creates a shape two-dimensionally, and if you draw that two-dimensional shape correctly, you put enough of them together, you understand what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. I like this piece here too. It's cute.
And then you can kind of put yourself in between the 2D and the 3D, and you can go, I understand, here's how I draw the three-dimensional form, here's the hand, here's the arm, here's this, here's that. And then you can kind of separate yourself and go, 2D. What's the negative space here? This is a two-dimensional negative space shape. This is this shape right
Ooh,
here.
That's a good shape.
Like, and you can learn about design. Design is also something that we teach in our classes, but there's dynamic and static shapes. Like shape language is a huge topic. It's a very big topic. And so what you run into a lot of the time in art is 2D, 3D, and you use them together and you switch back and forth between them. You go, I'm drawing this character, they are a three-dimensional form. Now I'm looking at them from a 2D standpoint. Are the shapes working?
Yeah.
Now I'm going back to 3D. I'm going to move the staff over, or I'm going to raise the hand. Now I'm going back to 2D. Is the shape working? Why is it not working? You know what I mean? Like you throw, it's a game of catch back and forth.
That's
you think
great
two-dimensional, three-dimensional, two-dimensional, three-dimensional.
Like for me here, when I squint, I'm thinking about this two-dimensional shape, like this whole thing right here. And I'm like, okay, well, what's that shape? What is this? Does this shape feel good? Because, for all I know, I could make a shape that looks like this, and that would change the drawing entirely. Like, shape matters. This depends on like what you want to do. Like, oh, does this shape feel good? Rather than is it just like a straight line like this? Right. This creates an L shape. This curve creates a much more dynamic negative shape like this. I think Yu mainly is great with negative shapes.
Yeah. I really liked Vizine's video on 2D versus 3D thinking as well.
I like the internal external design. That's good.
It's very there's a lot of good resources on this out there. You got to dig, but if you don't know they exist, then you don't know they exist. So it's like someone's got to you have to like encounter it for the first time somewhere. But yeah, you have to go down. See ya. Pompov, hey, welcome.
Hi.
Where's Dahlia? She hasn't
She was here earlier.
hold up. I haven't heard back from Dahlia on the streak yet. Streak. What's the deal with this? Dahlia's, we've almost gone 100 days without missing a single day.
You live stream every day?
This week we
this
are.
Week we are. Now I will think more about values before applying colors directly to the drawing. It makes a big difference.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Here's us.
Oh my gosh. Silly.
We're waving at ourselves.
We're waving at ourselves, yeah. Well, I'm kind of
ready to wrap up?
Mm-hmm. It's a good stream.
It was a great stream.
Yes.
It was fun.
By the way, don't forget our anime art school, where we teach you the fundamentals of art, like anatomy, figure drawing, heads and faces, perspective, environments, painting, color theory, what we've been
character
teaching, character design,
clothing drawing.
Make your own portfolio for your own story. This is our anime art school program. It is currently 20% off with the code SPRING at checkout. So if you want to check it out, go on our website.
It's a big 1-year program. You learn all kinds of fun stuff, like the stuff on here.
Yeah, like the stuff
like this kind of stuff. Still lives. Painting environments and backgrounds, lighting them, nighttime shots, burning shots,
making cool illustrations, I guess.
Cool dating sim background.
Yeah.
A lot of fun stuff.
Rendering clothes. It's step by step. This is the 5 value system that I'm talking about. 5
value system. Very important.
Yep.
It is all about grouping and separating your lights and darks.
This is how you get better at values. You just do a bunch of like real life still lifes and you know, stuff like that. Character design, silhouette.
Design. Oh, I like
characters.
that stuff.
Oh, thank you. That's not a bad class. And then you can make your own character sheets. This is one of my dreams, to always make my own character sheets that look like an anime. Illustrations like this. So like, I think another thing about illustration is that people don't really understand their design yet. So like when they do an illustration, they're like, man, it just doesn't turn out. It's because they didn't figure out their design.
Yeah, your illustrations will turn out a lot better if you pre-design and think through your characters.
Yeah.
Because if you have an existing design that you're drawing, it's so much easier to. You don't have to think about designing and illustrating anymore. Like you're like designing multiple layers. You're designing the costumes and you're designing the poses and the composition all at the same time. It's a lot harder.
Yeah. This is the finals for the perspective class. And it's also what you paint.
Yep.
The painting class. So it's like a very cohesive class that guides you through step by step. And the classes we mentioned, you know, each class along with each other. So they're like, it's like a whole thing. So yes.
Yes.
Here it is.
All right. Well, in that case, I think we're going to wrap up. I didn't really expect to do much of a stream tonight. We did have our figure drawing class earlier today, and that went good. So, yeah, look at this. Fico Riggs is...
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's
so
sick.
good.
Wait, Fico Riggs, are you here?
Fico Riggs. Oh my gosh.
Look at all these goodies. Oh my goodness. Those are sick.
Wow.
Wait.
That's
why
a
hadn't I
cute
seen this
character.
one?
Fico Riggs is
Somni.
Somni?
Wait. Trinity. Okay.
Yeah, that's that character that I drew in the watercolor.
Yep, I remember.
Wow, such good characters.
Rubio. Dang, I could read some Rubios, dude.
Honestly, I've been getting my Mexican fix from some burrows.
Do not take a bath with Rubio.
Oh no, that's horrible.
That's
Lance
sick,
is
dude.
cool.
I love them. They're so cool. I'm so late that y'all are wrapping up.
Yeah.
Well, we went live really late. We've been live about 2 hours and 20 minutes. That's sick,
I need to do some
dude.
I'd like to do some recording tonight.
I love that. I love it.
You're welcome.
Dude, I need to get to bed at a better time.
Same.
I'm cooked. I'm not going to bed at that bad of a time. Not like chat bad, but like us bad.
Us bad.
Not like back when we were watching Attack on Titan, we were going to bed at like 11 a.m. at one point. But, you know, 2, 3 in the morning, I'm just like, we need to get to bed earlier.
I know.
All right, everybody, have a good one. Good night. Thank you for showing up and hanging out.
Take a screenshot.
Yes, take a screenshot. Sounds. There we go. Let's go over to.
Awesome, Riel? Is that how you pronounce it?
Awesome. Yeah, hope to see you again.
Boing, boing.
Boing, boing, boing. He's so silly. Wait, let me look at him.
Okay. Apple baby.
It's Baby Jack.
Baby Tubby. There we go. Hey, Baby Jack.
Aww, so sweet.
So cute.
All right, bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Bye-bye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
See ya.